Hey, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I hope this message reaches everyone fantastic. Wanted to let you know that we absolutely crushed the rest of yesterday. I know I had spoken that in the beginning there was a lot of negativity, a lot of stuff that was trying to drag me down right from the get-go, but we powered through it using two different anonymous groups. And I know what you're thinking, anonymous groups, like Alcoholics Anonymous. You might have heard of that one. For pornography, for lust. What? And my answer would be yes. That is an actual thing. It's been extremely helpful in my life, and I wanted to tell you about both formats that I've come across. I've been using one for about 3 months, and I've been using the other for not even a week. So I cannot speak too much on the second one, but I will do my best to kind of share with you what I've learned, and I would encourage you guys to try one or both of these. So the first one is Brain Buddy. It's geared a lot more towards people our age. I guess I don't know your age, but my age, around 19, millennial generation, and younger. But it really takes the medium, which is our phone, that we use primarily for, not primarily for, but that used to be maybe the number one source of temptation for a lot of people, whether that's your computer or your phone. And it actually creates an app, which is an environment for positivity, for community, for people giving each other advice, asking for help. You can see your streaks. There's morning exercises every single morning to keep your mentality on the right path and focused. And yeah, so I want to give you a brief description. Brain Buddy, as I mentioned, I believe there is a subscription fee, but it does give you a 1 or 2 week, don't quote me on this, guys, free trial. And I wanted to kind of tell you guys that there is a big difference between a subscription, a monthly subscription, and a monthly investment. And a subscription, you're paying for it, you're getting the service back, but it truly isn't an investment. And nothing against Netflix, but I personally believe Netflix would fall under this category, in the sense that, unless you're watching like documentaries and stuff like that, in the sense that you are getting entertainment out of this, and that is the service you are paying for. Whereas on the other side, Brain Buddy, you're investing in your future, you're investing in yourself, your self-confidence, and that is going to make a huge difference on what the rest of your future is going to look like. So the morning exercises is everything from different short videos to show you what true love is supposed to look like, and like a positive family, and like puppies and stuff like that, like people surfing, and like this is what you're missing out on. It's kind of a slap in the face, a good one. But and then stuff like meditation, which is absolutely huge, whether you get the Brain Buddy app or not, because that helps the prefrontal cortex, which is the front part of your brain. It is supposed to be the strongest part of your brain with decision making and stuff of that nature. But unfortunately, pornography has absolutely corrupted that part of our brain and really made it fairly useless, which is really a shame. But if you guys have seen the video Your Brain on Porn, I could probably put that in the description. It basically describes how your brain has been hardwired by pornography or any other addiction to believe that that is the only way to go if you want dopamine, which is that positive release chemical that brings you happiness. So it basically only sees that one track. It's like a one-track mind on, all right, if I want happiness, I need to do this action. But if the action is basically hurting you in every single area of your life, you need to create new positive paths. You need to clear your mechanism. You need to show your brain that there are other options, other alternatives. We'll talk about those in a later video. But yeah, meditation is huge. At first I was skeptical. I was like, what? This is weird. This doesn't make sense. I feel like I'm just sitting here. Sometimes I fall asleep. It's trial error, and you figure it out. But yeah, so morning exercises are absolutely huge in the community with asking for help, with giving advice. You feel like you're actually empowering other people and helping them with your own life experience and what you experience maybe in that same struggle that they're having, or vice versa. If you have a struggle, you let people know and they help you. It's absolutely incredible. There's also teams that encourage each other, and there's some healthy competition with like clean streaks and stuff like that. So it really kind of gamifies it, and it's a lot more appealing than like, I got to get through another day, and like you just don't know what to do, and like what are some positive visual steps that I can actually see myself making progress. This app does a really good job of showing you that. And then on the other side of the scale, this other anonymous group that I was talking about, this one is in person. And I was told that they do not like their name kind of spread across the media and like people saying opinions of them, if you will, and just like maybe spreading the wrong message, you know what I mean? Because honestly, like I said, I've only been involved for like 4 days, so it'd be very rude of me to say like, they're not that great, or like, oh, it's the best thing in the world. Even saying like it's the best thing in the world wouldn't be very credible if I've only been involved for 4 days. Does that make sense? So with that being said, I still wanted to give you a basic description on who they are, what they're about. So if you have heard of Alcoholics Anonymous, as I mentioned earlier in the video, it's very similar to that. You show up in person, everybody's anonymous. I mean, people say their first names if you'd like, but this was a huge wake-up call for me, and kind of like a nightmare, if you will. Not that the group itself was bad, but there were 60-year-olds and 70-year-olds, multiple of them, that are still struggling this daily. They're still struggling with this daily. I'm 19. Do I want to be affected by this for the next 40 to 50 years? Do I want this to ruin some of my friendships? Do I want this to ruin my future marriage? Do I want to ruin the love between me and my future kids? God willing. That's scary, guys. That is terrifying. And once you realize that, like, that's the seriousness that we're dealing with, and like there's people out there, like I've been affected for 8 years, as I mentioned, and this isn't something to be proud of, but there are people out there who have been affected for 6 to 7 times as long as I have, and that's horrifying. And that really gave me some motivation as I need to kick this thing in the butt ASAP. And they had a book that they were reading out of with some really good teachings and some practical steps to go through, a 12-step program essentially to ease you out of this. And then probably the most helpful part was they gave me some of their phone numbers, so I'm able to give them a call in the morning and at night and basically just give them an update. Say, hey, this is how I'm doing, this is how I'm feeling, this might be a struggle later in the day, this didn't go well, and just somebody to listen, essentially. Somebody who has been in your shoes, walked the path that you're on right now, and is willing to help give you advice, hear you out, anything along those lines. And essentially just a mentor. I would strongly encourage anyone watching this video to get a mentor in this area of your life. So yeah, you guys could even do this with a friend. If you have a friend who you know is going through the same sort of thing, or if you're confident to reach out to your dad or something like that, somebody that you'd be able to give a call. The youth group leader is a huge one. Yeah, typically someone slightly older than you, but that you can reach out to. You can give them a call in the morning, at night, one or the other, whatever works, and have that personal accountability with, it's been a week, man, feeling great, I'm not feeling so great, could you give me some advice, give me some hope here? That is going to be huge, because once you know that you are not in this alone and you remove some of that burden off of your shoulders, it becomes a lot more feasible, and you're like, all right, I'm not the only one. There are other people struggling with this, which I'm sure you understand that. But once you are communicating with these people on a not a weekly basis, but on a daily basis, and you're reminded why you're fighting, who you're fighting for, and that there's people honestly counting on you. Your future self is counting on you. Your future wife is counting on you. Your future kids and grandkids are counting on you. And just pleading with you right now to absolutely get rid of this. Just get rid of it. And it's not easy. It's a battle every single day. But I can promise you guys that it is going to be worth it. It is going to be worth it. If you've seen 90-day clean or 180-day clean or a whole year clean videos, those guys got some joy. They've got some purpose in life, and they are passionate and not afraid to show it. So I cannot wait till those videos roll around. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this one, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Go crush it. See ya.